In the chessboard of 21st century geopolitics, few regions are as volatile and strategically vital as South Asia. At the heart of this tension lies a growing and increasingly sophisticated military alliance between two nuclear-armed neighbors, Pakistan and China. Over the past decade, their relationship has shifted from transactional cooperation to a strategic military axis, one that is now altering the balance of power across the region, and perhaps the world. While global attention remains fixated on the US-China rivalry or Russia's actions in Eastern Europe, a silent military revolution is underway in South Asia, and India is directly in the crosshairs of its consequences. Historical foundations. Why China and Pakistan became military allies. The roots of Sino-Pakistani cooperation date back to the early 1960s. After Pakistan's humiliating defeat in the 1965 war with India and China's clash with India in 1962, both Beijing and Islamabad found common cause in counterbalancing New Delhi. Since then, China has been instrumental in helping Pakistan develop its nuclear weapons program in the 1980s and 90s, its missile technology, including the Shaheen and Babur series, a growing defense industrial base. This cooperation wasn't just strategic, it was deeply ideological. Both nations saw India as a mutual adversary and a geopolitical competitor. Over time, this shared threat perception laid the foundation for one of the most enduring military partnerships in Asia. Modern military cooperation, from supplier to strategic partner. In the 2000s, and especially post-2010, China shifted from being just a weapons supplier to a strategic military partner of Pakistan. This shift was catalyzed by several key developments. US military aid to Pakistan declining after 2011. China's Belt and Road Initiative launching the CPEC megaproject. India's increasing alignment with the US and the Quad Alliance. In response, Beijing doubled down on its military support for Pakistan, transforming the Pakistan Armed Forces into a leaner, more technologically advanced force capable of conducting hybrid and multi-domain warfare, a direct challenge to Indian dominance. Air power revolution, the JF-17 Thunder and beyond. Perhaps the most visible symbol of China-Pakistan defense cooperation is the JF-17 Thunder multi-role fighter, co-developed by Pakistan Aeronautical Complex and China's Chengdu Aircraft Corporation. With over 150 units in service, the JF-17 is now the backbone of the Pakistan Air Force. The newest Block 3 version features AESA radar, integrated electronic warfare systems, helmet-mounted display and high-off boresight missiles, support for beyond visual range combat. These upgrades significantly enhance Pakistan's air combat capabilities, allowing it to engage Indian aircraft at longer ranges with more precision and survivability. This is crucial as India continues acquiring Rafales, Su-30 MKIs, and potentially F-21s. China has also reportedly offered Pakistan access to stealth aircraft technology through the FC-31 program, J-10CE jets, which are considered a counter to India's Rafales.
Strategic land systems and missiles. China is also playing a major role in upgrading Pakistan's ground-based firepower. This includes the VT-4 main battle tank, featuring explosive reactive armor and a computerized fire control system. LY-80 medium-range surface-to-air missiles, bolstering air defense near Indian borders. HQ-9/P long-range SAMs, modeled after the S-300, now deployed near sensitive areas. Support for Pakistan's indigenous missile programs like the Babur cruise missile and the Shaheen ballistic series. Reports also suggest China is assisting Pakistan with hypersonic glide vehicle, or HGV, research, potentially giving it a future first strike capability. Cyber, space, and electronic warfare cooperation. Modern warfare isn't just kinetic, it's fought across the electromagnetic spectrum and cyberspace. China has begun integrating Pakistan into its military satellite network, giving Pakistan access to secure communication and targeting, cybersecurity systems reportedly aiding in electronic espionage and surveillance, electronic warfare tools, including radar jamming and signal interception. This collaboration boosts Pakistan's ability to disrupt Indian command and control systems, blind surveillance assets, and degrade communication across the battlefield in case of war. CPEC and dual-use infrastructure, the hidden military edge. While the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is often presented as a trade initiative, it includes dual-use infrastructure with profound military implications. Roads and tunnels capable of supporting armored vehicle and missile transport. Chinese access to airstrips, ports, and logistics hubs in Pakistan-administered Kashmir and Baluchistan. Surveillance outposts disguised as civilian infrastructure. Most notably, Gwadar Port could serve as China's first permanent naval outpost in the Arabian Sea, giving Beijing a crucial base near the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most vital energy choke points. India's strategic dilemma: encirclement and deterrence. From India's perspective, this growing military alignment poses a dual-threat scenario: a conventional war on two fronts, along the disputed border with China and the line of control with Pakistan, a gray zone hybrid conflict involving cyber attacks, disinformation, drones, and limited skirmishes backed by Chinese intelligence and logistics. In response, India is deploying S-400 missile systems along its borders, investing in indigenous weapons programs like the Tejas Mk2 and AMCA, building strategic partnerships with the US, Israel, and France, expanding its presence in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands to counter China's Indian Ocean reach. But despite these efforts, the reality remains: India may face coordinated military pressure from two nuclear-armed neighbors, both backed by growing economic and military synergy. The US and the Quad factor. Washington is watching the China-Pakistan military axis with increasing concern. As India becomes a critical pillar in America's Indo-Pacific strategy, the U.S. is deepening defense cooperation via BECA, COMCASA, and LMOA agreements, intelligence sharing and joint exercises like Yud Abhas and Malabar, arms sales including drones, artillery, and potentially fighter jets. Meanwhile, Pakistan's growing reliance on China raises fears in the West that Islamabad is becoming a Chinese satellite state, with implications for regional security, counterterrorism, and arms control. Conclusion: a dangerous triangular rivalry. The growing military cooperation between China and Pakistan represents one of the most strategically consequential developments in Asia today. It is redrawing the map of military power in the region, forcing India into a new era of military preparedness and pulling global powers deeper into a complex regional rivalry. This triangle, China, Pakistan, and India, is becoming the new flashpoint of the 21st century conflict. Whether it leads to strategic stability or catastrophic miscalculation will depend on how wisely the next moves are made.